Kitchens are, major focal point in a home. Every kitchen can be designed a little bit different. This one is certainly focused on cooking, entertaining, gathering. You've got main large island with offsetting color. So like we've got the white face frame cabinetry, but then the island is, your walnut, beautiful finish, focal centerpiece. And then you've got other little walnut touches that kind of go around the space as well.
Yeah, like the matching hood vent cover, the hood valance, surrounded by the German schmear brick backsplash. Something also that's pretty special is at the main sink, the countertop runs seamlessly to the windows that are in behind it, giving this almost an infinity edge pool look.
Because we've got the countertop that flows right into the windows and the windows fill up all of the wall space, there's actually nowhere to stick any wall outlets in the nook. So you compensate that by putting in the pop-up outlets inside the countertop. So with a nice simple touch, that outlet pops up, you can plug in your appliances as you need them, tuck them back away, and it's a nice little feature that's different than your ordinary home.
This family has a large family. They spend a lot of time together, and having this 14-foot long island gives them a place to congregate around. These islands always become the center point of a family gathering. There's also the dog bowl station.
When we first started building this home, the stairs actually had the landing kind of set off from the windows and the wall. And what happened is that ends up having the landing with the railing wrapped all the way around. And it kind of blocks access to the windows in that space. So you weren't actually able to open windows for one. So we needed to adjust this. As we were framing, it was like right all at the perfect time. We were able to adjust the window heights a little bit and adjust our landing height a little bit. So now it's a bigger landing. It opens right up into the whole corner of windows, so it lets in all the light. There's no obstruction from railings, and it's just got a really nice, clean look. It's nice to have homes built that have a little bit of a touch from the homeowner inside of them, whether that's something that they provide and we can build into the space, or something that they're physically able to complete in that space as well. One of the things here in this home would be the shower floor in the basement suite. Homeowner wanted to pick rocks from the property. There's a lot of really smooth river rock from the property. And so she collected a bunch of them, and one of our staff helped. And they handpicked all of these rocks that then got laid into the shower floor and then grouted in place. So you actually have this like really nice natural feature that came from the property by the owner and finished in place for them to enjoy. A great room is obviously a great room because it's a big space. It can be a very bland room without extra little finishes and features on it. One of the things for sure would be putting in a nice central fireplace. Rather than just going for a standard gas, upgraded and went to a nice wood burner with a screen on it, and then captured that all in a nice stone surround. As we worked up to the ceiling, in order to bring in some of the timber framing from the outside, our crew made Douglas fir timber rafters. So we set them up symmetrically in the room. You can just tell by some of the details, especially as they fit it in going down into the hip roof over the foyer, and then you cap it off with some of the millwork that goes into the room as well. You don't want to get too homogeneous with a lot of the cabinetry throughout the home. There's like a small banquette and shelving on one side, but then on the other side, you've got a nice big window that just begs for a bench seat. The way we constructed this house has kind of become a standard format for us now. We used zip insulated sheathing, which is watertight, airtight layer that is wrapped all the way around the house. And all of that gets envelope wrapped inside to our ceilings and down into the basement and our floors. So it's a nice continuous layer. Then we run a product called Aero Barrier. Aero Barrier is essentially an aerosol caulking, more or less. The house gets pressurized and the space gets filled with this aerosol caulking. What it does is it basically pushes it out into the small little cracks and finds the little holes and fills them. We were able to take this home down to about 0.76 air changes per hour, which is about 5 times better than your average code-built home. It's almost within the thresholds of a passive house airtightness layer. The end result is a home that's very airtight, very comfortable. You know, you don't have draftiness, you don't have cold spots. It's just very consistent temperature and comfort throughout. Once you build a really airtight home, you need to make sure that you control the quality of the air in that home. You know, being a bigger space and quite large main floor and basement level, we have 2 systems so that they can operate independently, which provides a better level of comfort for each level. There's an in-floor system set up in the basement, and then one on the main floor. The one on the main floor, you know, it actually gets fastened down to the subfloor, and then it gets a concrete overpour on top. So there's a 2-inch cement layer that goes over it. That helps with dispersing the heat, provide even comfort heat throughout. One of the other benefits of having the concrete overpour is it actually provides a lot of additional sound reduction, which is helpful if you have essentially a secondary living space down in the basement, or things like a theater room and a fitness room, or even just another place to watch TV.
The main floor deck, due to the basement walkout, there's patio space below. Customers wanted to be able to have lights on the patio below and speakers, so we used a flat roofing system called Duralast as the waterproofing. And then we created a sleeper system where essentially we installed the roasted ash decking down on 2x4s that are sitting on insulation so they don't damage the deck. All decks are sloped so that water runs off, so we spent the time to actually level the sleeper system so the deck surface that your feet are on are nice and level. That way it keeps our glass railings perfectly level, makes for a nicer finish, and gives you an additional covered space